I'm Lily.
And I'm Kiev. And,
welcome to the portal of our minds.
God damn, that's some good shit. Here you go. So let's begin. So we're going to be talking about the pros first, and then we'll move on to the cons. And we have our notes here so we can keep track. So let's take off.
I love you. He said, so we can keep track.
All right.
Pros.
Starting off with the first pro. Now, if you're just starting to get into the use of marijuana, or you've been doing it for a while, some of you may not know, some of you may know, but there's different kinds of marijuana. There is indica, sativa, and the cross between them both, which is hybrid. Indica is, the code name for it is Indicouch. And what that means is you're going to be more relaxed, more just chill, just more of a relaxed thing. That's like the big word for it, is you're going to be relaxed. You're going to get tired a lot quicker. A lot of people tend to use indicas to go to sleep. Now, sativa is more of that, not the party high, but like it's more of the upbeat type. Makes you want to keep it moving, makes you want to get to work, makes you want to clean, a lot of other things like jam out.
Creative.
Yeah, get creative, talk to your friends, have conversations. You know what, just basically a party in your own world. That's what it is. And hybrid is a mixture
to some, not to everybody.
The mixture of both, which is hybrid, it can lean a little bit more into the sativa side or the indica side, or it can be 50-50, but you never truly know how it's going to affect you, because to some people all three of those options don't phase anyone. You just get tired, she don't recognize sativa or indica, whichever what it is.
For me, like whenever I smoke, or whenever I would smoke a lot back in the day, I never knew what I was getting. I never paid attention. I always felt the same every time. So I don't know. And I know some people are like that, but everybody's different. So it's basically, if I want to get high, I want to get high. I'm not looking for any special concoction of a feeling,
Mm-hmm. And of course, there's different strains of marijuana. There's hundreds of them. It's insane. But we can get into that later. You can drop comments asking questions about it.
It's nice to, if you're someone who's looking to smoke marijuana, it's nice though too, because I know a lot of people do feel different things, to go in and be able to have like
different options
of what kind of high you're trying to feel, because they do hit differently. Sometimes they hit differently, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not as good.
Moving on to pro number 2.
Sorry.
What are we doing here?
I thought you were gonna
THC in CBD. This is my crystal, by the way, if any of you guys are wondering. But THC is the stuff in the marijuana that's going to get you high. That's the stuff that's going to give you that psychoactive feeling in your mind and your body. That's the stuff you're actually truly going to feel a difference from the marijuana. There's a lot more like scientific stuff to say about THC, but I don't quite know the gritty details. But CBD, on the other hand, is the opposite of that. CBD heals your body. It's for your body. It also can reduce the effects of THC when the THC comes on way too strong, because in most dispensaries, marijuana, a lot of them don't have CBD in it. They take out the CBD and leave just the THC, so it's just the high. But you can get some that have CBD in it, or you can get straight CBD flower with a little bit of THC to give you that little buzz, But CBD is mostly for your body, to heal you and whatnot like that. You have anything to add?
And whatnot like that.
Moving on to pro number 3.
Marijuana can be a lot healthier alternative to other more toxic drugs that are given by pharmacies, or even if like you're coming off of maybe even cigarettes or coming off of something, it can really help. People say it's a gateway drug, but it can also be a coming off drug as well. Well, I consider it a medicine, but you can definitely smoke marijuana instead of putting something that's way more hazardous in your body. And I'm not saying that marijuana is hazardous anyways. These are the pros and the cons.
Now, let us begin with the cons of marijuana. Or pot. That ganja. That grass. That marijuana. That Mary Jane. That good. The green. That tree. The reefer. That's what it's called, right, too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it can cause paranoia and anxiety in some people. I've personally heard a lot of people report paranoia and anxiety from the sativa side, but some people it's just they get it from either or. So that is one con, is that it can do that for some people.
To add on to what she just said about the paranoia and the anxiety, I can add into that about sativa being more of the one that's going to make you feel a little bit more paranoid, because
I already said that.
No,
okay.
I'm telling a story. Which makes you it makes your mind a little bit, it makes you race in the moment, and that's what the sativa, it kind of like makes you antsy to go do things. So if you're just sitting there mouth shut and not verbalizing or letting your energy out, it kind of like gives you that paranoia, and you start thinking in your head and stuff like that, and you know, that's how that works. But moving on to con number 2. Marijuana can tend to be addicting. And no, I'm not talking about, oh, you're going to smoke it once and you're going to be like, oh, I need to smoke again. I'm fiending for that. No, I'm talking about prolonged use. Every single day, at least 3 times a day, you're out there chiefing for 3 months, you're addicted. It doesn't take that long to become addicted to anything. It's habit forming. It's very easy to stop, but it's also very hard depending on how strong of a willpower you have, and depending on what your goal for not smoking is, or if you find a strong enough reason to not smoke. It's very easy to get off of not smoking marijuana, but then again, it's also very habit forming, and you will use it as a comfort, a little anchor to come back to when you're feeling stressed, when you've had a really long day, you just want to come home and smoke like good old times. But if you're on that time of you wanting to take a break, it can be very hard.
You want to be careful with that, because going along with that goes your wallet.
Oh, yeah. And of course, you obviously want to give your mind a little bit of a break and not keep it in a haze all day. Haze like most of your life, you know, like if you're smoking all the time. I mean, maybe if you want that, but like I'm just giving like personal experience and stuff that we know and what we've heard, but you know, do you? But moving on to con number 3. You tend to suffer from a little bit of memory loss. And yet again, I'm not talking about right away. If you smoke a couple joints after trying marijuana for the first time, you're not going to just start losing your memory. I am yet again talking about prolonged use of marijuana.
But it does affect your memory in the moment too.
It does.
It really does.
In the process of you being high.
At least for me. Maybe not for other people.
You kind of space out. You don't really hear people all the time. But that's because you're kind of in your own world. But the prolonged use of that is, yes, your mind's in that haze for so long of forgetfulness that your mind starts to remember that it needs to forget. That's the way I like to look at it.
Makes sense.
Is your brain just gets used to forgetting.
Because it's almost like a program.
It is. You're essentially hardwired with a pen into your brain to forget things. And it's not always long term. It can be long term, but it tends to almost always be a short term memory loss when people who talk about it have memory loss. Like in the moment, you're like, wait, what'd you just say again? Like, I know I've already asked 3 times, but can you repeat it one more time? Come back, hey, what'd you say? Or like
accurate.
Like I've had problems with that in the past, and it definitely it comes back to you. Trust me, your memory tends to pick back up once you put the joint down. We also have like a middle way point for both of those things. I don't know if you guys know about those circles that kind of overlap and give you a median. That's like the neutral point for both pros and cons. Well, we have found a neutral point. I mean, there's plenty of others,
There's
but
plenty of NutriPoints.
we
where
have one specific one.
it could be a con, it could be a pro, but
Sorry, I pulled your hair really hard. Sorry.
Then we got the middleman that could be a pro or a con, and that, you know, that's a lot of things. But just to name a few, there's the
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but you said it in a really, really long way.
I know. I wanted to keep it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ready? Go.
We've got. I can't be
We'll-
making
we'll
videos
just-
high. I really can't.
We'll just do the memory. We'll just do this one, okay? We don't have to do a list of We'll just list off one.
I'll do two to make it even.
All right. Let me hold on. We'll go. So
You want to do a meditation after this?
I'm hungry.
We're almost done.
So for the neutral point, for the pros and the cons,
We've got a couple of things just to balance it out. But A, it increases your appetite. So this could be a pro because maybe you're someone who's trying to eat more, or it also can help cancer patients who aren't able to eat, or any type of person who isn't able to eat. Smoking marijuana can actually help them gain some weight if there's weight that needs to be gained.
induce the hunger.
Yeah. And that can also be a con because sometimes you're trying to lose weight, but then you smoke a doobie and you remember that you had freaking donuts in the cupboard. And even that can go with your wallet too, because like there's been times when, you know, I've been going to the store and I had smoked earlier or whatever, and
Like, ooh, that looks
I'm going to the grocery
good.
store, and you know what they say, you don't go to the grocery store hungry
No.
or thirsty, because then you'll buy all different kinds of drinks. I've done that.
Another thing to add onto the con side of the increased appetite is cost. Like she said, when you smoke, you may not be intending to eat anything, but you just have that craving and you can't resist it because you're like, man, I am hungry. I'm going to go eat. And then you forget that you ate, and then you go back and eat some more. And next thing you know, you're waking up the next day and wondering why you have so much less food than you did the day before.
Another one would be it makes you sleepy. So again, this could be a pro or a con. Maybe you have insomnia and you need help sleeping. It could be very helpful. Maybe you're in the middle of your day and you just wanted to relax a little bit, and all of a sudden you're passed out on the couch, and you want to be passed out on the couch because you had stuff to do. So it can make you sleepy at unwanted times. And it really depends too. Indica sativa, sometimes it makes you sleepy, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video. We hope you guys smoke safe.
Maybe you learned something, maybe not. I mean, it's pretty common knowledge, but you never know, there's someone out there trying to learn about this.
But if you have any more information that you think we may not know about it, drop it in the comments. Or if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Or if you want to tell any of your marijuana stories, drop it in the comments. But
You're probably watching this high right now. I don't know.
maybe. But with that being said, peace. And love you guys. Stay safe, smoke safe.